Early life and rise to stardom, 1942 to 1968. Aretha Louise Franklin, often referred to as the Queen of Soul, was born on March 25, 1942, in Memphis, Tennessee. The daughter of Reverend C.L. Franklin, a renowned preacher, and Barbara Siggers Franklin, a gospel singer, Aretha was immersed in music and spirituality from a young age. When she was 5, the family moved to Detroit, Michigan, where her father became the pastor of the New Bethel Baptist Church. This church would play a pivotal role in shaping Aretha's musical identity. Tragedy struck early in Aretha's life when her mother left the family and later died of a heart attack in 1952. Despite this loss, her father provided unwavering support, nurturing her natural talent. By the age of 10, Aretha was singing solos in her father's church, astonishing congregations with her powerful and mature voice. C.L. Franklin, known as the $1,000,000 Voice for his preaching, became Aretha's first manager, organizing her early performances and tours. In her teenage years, Aretha began to gain recognition beyond the church. Her father's connections allowed her to meet influential figures like gospel legends Mahalia Jackson and Clara Ward, who mentored and encouraged her. At 14, Aretha recorded her first gospel album, Songs of Faith, 1956, which included tracks like Precious Lord, Take My Hand. These recordings showcased her extraordinary vocal range and emotional depth. By the early 1960s, Aretha decided to transition from gospel to secular music, inspired by artists like Sam Cooke. In 1960, she signed with Columbia Records, marking the beginning of her professional career. Over the next 6 years, Franklin released a series of jazz and pop albums, including The Tender, The Moving, The Swinging Aretha Franklin 1962. While these recordings highlighted her vocal abilities, they failed to achieve significant commercial success or establish her as a star. Aretha's breakthrough came in 1966 when she signed with Atlantic Records. Under the guidance of producer Jerry Wexler, Aretha's music shifted to a gritty, gospel-infused style that perfectly complemented her voice. Her first Atlantic single, I Never Loved a Man the Way I Love You, 1967, became a smash hit, reaching #1 on the R&B chart and breaking into the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. The accompanying album of the same name marked a turning point, blending gospel roots with soul and rhythm and blues. Later in 1967, Aretha released Respect, a song originally written and performed by Otis Redding. Her version transformed the track into an anthem of empowerment and civil rights, resonating deeply during a time of social upheaval in the United States. The song topped the Billboard charts, won 2 Grammy Awards, and solidified Aretha as a cultural icon. By the late 1960s, Aretha Franklin had become a dominant force in music. Albums like Lady Soul, 1968, and Aretha Now, 1968, produced classics such as Chain of Fools, Think, and You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman. These songs showcased her ability to convey raw emotion while addressing themes of love, independence, and resilience. Franklin's performances, whether in the studio or live, were electrifying, earning her the title of Queen of Soul. Sustained success, reinvention, and legacy, 1969 to 2018. The 1970s saw Aretha Franklin maintain her dominance in the music world while navigating the challenges of an evolving industry. She began the decade with a string of hits, including Don't Play That Song, You Lied, and her rendition of Simon and Garfunkel's Bridge Over Troubled Water, which highlighted her ability to reinterpret contemporary music with her soulful touch. Her 1972 gospel album Amazing Grace became a landmark achievement, blending her secular and spiritual influences. Recorded live at a church in Los Angeles, the album was both a commercial and critical triumph, selling over 2 million copies and earning widespread acclaim. Despite her ongoing success, Aretha faced challenges in the late 1970s. Changing musical trends and the rise of disco impacted her chart performance. However, Franklin's resilience and unmatched talent allowed her to adapt. In 1980, she signed with Arista Records and began a new phase of her career, working with producer Clive Davis. This partnership revitalized her career, leading to hits like Jump to It, 1982, and Freeway of Love, 1985, which brought her back to the top of the charts. In 1987, Aretha made history as the first woman inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, cementing her place as a trailblazer in music. The late 1980s also saw Franklin explore new collaborations, including duets with George Michael, I Knew You Were Waiting for Me, and Elton John. Her ability to remain relevant across decades spoke to her adaptability and enduring appeal. The 1990s and 2000s were marked by continued accolades and high-profile performances. Aretha sang at President Bill Clinton's inauguration in 1993 and received the Kennedy Center Honors in 1994. Her live performances, such as her iconic rendition of Nessun Dorma at the 1998 Grammy Awards, reminded audiences of her unparalleled vocal prowess. In 2005, she was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the United States' highest civilian honor. Aretha's later years were dedicated to preserving her legacy while continuing to inspire. Her final studio album, A Brand New Me, 2017, featured reimagined versions of her classic hits with orchestral arrangements, showcasing her timeless artistry. Despite health challenges, she performed her last public concert in 2017, demonstrating her unwavering dedication to her craft. Beyond her music, Aretha Franklin was a staunch advocate for civil rights and social justice. She frequently lent her voice to causes she believed in, performing at rallies and donating to various organizations. Her influence extended beyond music as she became a symbol of resilience, pride, and empowerment for African Americans and women worldwide. Aretha Franklin passed away on August 16, 2018, leaving behind an unparalleled legacy. Known for her powerhouse vocals and emotive storytelling, she remains one of the greatest artists in music history. The Queen of Soul is remembered not only for her chart-topping hits and awards, but for her profound impact on culture and her ability to uplift generations through her music.